Welcome. Should we leave it at that?
How much have you had to drink?
Did I mention I'm home alone? I'm left unattended. Yeah, unsupervised.
What you been doing, Macaulay?
Oh, well, 3 minutes before this recording, I was out in my yard blowing up recorders.
So you finally had it with the Hellcorder.
Yeah, I wish, or maybe you wish. I'm not sure. No, this was 3 completely different recorders. It was the see-through ones, or the spit displays, as they're also known as. They're not see-through anymore.
Are they intact? Are they
well, yes, you
identifiable?
can still see that there are recorders. Oh, that was a good idea. I should try to play them. I need to re-record the outro for that video. Yeah. No, yeah.
Isn't it a bit late for that?
Well, no, I still have them though. They are going up on my wall. It is a nice blob of plastic soot, and yeah. But it worked for a fraction of a second. So it's like a teenager. It's very much oomph for 2 seconds, and then it loses all puff.
No comment.
As I've been told. So, welcome to the Easter special of this No.1 Crude Mistakes podcast of K.J. from Crude but Efficient, Glenn from No.1 Projects, and myself, the crazy recorder guy from Behind the Mistakes. Welcome.
I thought you were going to say Easter Bunny.
Yeah, the crazy Easter Bunny. Yeah.
Just a regular Easter Bunny, I think.
Like, yeah. No. Do you want to be affiliated with being a bunny?
Yeah.
They are awfully cuddly,
bad
though.
with being a bunny?
I'm not trying that. They're cute, cuddly.
Do you want to be affiliated with a bunny girl?
Oh. No.
Yeah, but the organization behind them is not so nice.
No. And I mean, it's not much that resembles a bunny, really. I mean,
no. I want my bunnies furrier.
That's the Scandinavian way.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Me too. All right, moving on. All right, guys. So what have you been up to this week? Glenn?
I was hoping you were going to say KJ for a start.
Yeah, I mean, KJ has a video out, so we'll get to that. But,
oh, yeah.
How about you?
I don't have a video out.
Oh.
No. I've not spent much time in the workshop, although I've been doing some organising in there. Made a little bit of dust extraction in there. But mainly been concentrating on outside jobs. Been cosplaying as myself and working in the garden on the pergola.
Yeah, how is that coming along?
Is a pergola build... I mean, aren't you a builder cosplaying as yourself or something like that? I mean, building a pergola, isn't that a bit much for garden work? Aren't you into construction then?
I was a landscape gardener for a while as well. And
where is that crossover? How big of stuff can you build and have it in your garden and still be considered garden work?
Well, I've built a shepherd's hut for someone as part of my job. Through a few winters. But the biggest thing I built for that customer was they've got a stable block, which is probably about 20 meters by 4 meters, and I built a whole wraparound like porch all the way around the back of that as well.
Yeah, and if you tighten some rope around that, and you have vines just crawling up the walls there, then it's a garden project for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, a gardener project. Yeah.
Yeah. I primarily do garden maintenance, KJ, but every once in a while I get involved in construction, which is nice.
So how has the pergola gone?
The pergola's coming on really nice. The frame's nearly built. We've had a few hold-ups. So Michelle spent well over 14 hours painting.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, she did look like she was having a lovely time doing that. I really appreciated it when I said that to her as well.
But I mean, that is proper though, because you're painting it, I'm guessing, on both sides then before you're putting it on.
Yes.
That's more than I did when I built the deck underneath the outdoor hut pergola thingamabob.
So we're trying to create quite a modern, clean looking thing. So it's a really nice, clean frame, black painted black. And then laths going along the roof and down the back to give it probably that Scandinavian acoustic board look, if you like.
Yeah.
I think it's going to look really smart, but it was those laths that took her 14 hours to paint. It was already treated wood, but we painted them all a deeper brown. It looks really nice with the black. No, it's very, very good. I'm very happy with it so far. Should be done for the weekend, which is about 4 days ahead of schedule because the wood wasn't due to come till this week, and I wasn't supposed to start it till next weekend. So,
So you're well.
It's going really well.
The timetable is great.
I wish there was someone who rented out like a huge ass barrel of linseed oil, where you could take long planks and just dip them, and then just bring them out, and then of course the people come and get it, and they just weigh how much you've used, and you pay for that. So you don't have to pay for like 400 liters of linseed oil then. But yeah, that would be nice.
You'd want the option to hang those boards above that drum, though, wouldn't you, for an hour while all the stuff dripped off it that you don't want?
Yeah, that would be smart. And then, of course, you should
throw a few bricks in there as well, wouldn't you?
For sure.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you want to have them hanging with the ends just in the linseed oil, so the capillary effect will draw it into the end grains. I mean, that's going to last until the doomsday.
Yeah. You have to boil your linseed oil as well, don't you?
Well, I've heard it's good to have them in a fryer and just dip the ends in boiling oil.
Yeah, I mean that
make it penetrate even better.
I worked for some year at the Directorate for Cultural Heritage, and one branch there were carpenters doing old buildings. And if there's one thing I learned, is that linseed oil is a religion, and you don't want to go there, because should it be boiled? Should it not be boiled? Should it be heated? Could you put it on? Should you use a pencil? Should it be a horse hair brush from a horse in labor? I mean, there are so many rules and folklore around linseed oil. You can't believe it. So I just buy 3 liters at the hardware store, which is a mix of something, and just slap it on. Seems to work.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't really hear of anybody using it here until I started on Instagram and started following you Scandos.
Yeah.
Yeah, we buy all our products processed and ready to go here, I think. Yeah.
Well, it works brilliantly, and I like oil. Yes, you need to put it on every once in a while, but it doesn't layer on and cake like paint. So yeah, and it shows off the wood. Can't beat that.
No.
So, how about you, KJ? What you been up to?
A lot, it feels like, but I mean, not as much in the workshop that I hoped for. We were away at a group activity with work, doing some stuff. I think you would have enjoyed it. We had a drink test in the evening.
Nice.
We're supposed to identify 8 different spirits on what they were. But my group were so bad at it that when the person holding it, she looked at our notes, and then she had to go and check that the glasses were in the correct position because we were way off.
Was that just your way of saying, can we try that again?
I mean, I haven't had anything above a glass of wine for like 10-15 years or something like that, and I shit at telling the difference between fancy tequila and whatever's. So I was really, really bad at that. But the day after, we had we did some clay pigeon shooting.
Oh, cool!
And that was really fun. First, we got to try shoot 3 shots just to try it out, and I missed everything. It felt like I couldn't hit a barn from the inside. And then there was a competition, and me being one of the oldest guys at the firm, okay, I'll do it first. I lay a baseline for you. Haha, I'm shit at this. And then I hit every one of them. and the other guy, yours just dropped in mine as well. So then we were 4 of us left, and then we got to shoot 6 more, and I shot all of them as well. And then there was another guy who did that, so we had a finale, but then he beat me to it. And after that, we went shooting bow and arrow. And for some reason, my arrows flew over the target each and every time until I started aiming at the feet of the target instead. Then I actually hit something. And then we did some axe throwing. And by that point, my right shoulder was screaming at me.
Well, if there weren't any people present, I would love that. And what I do love about it is like, you start off by drinking hard liquor, then you go off shooting a shotgun, then bow and arrow, and then you finish it off by throwing axes.
The drink event was the night before, so we had a night to sleep it off. I mean, some of them might not have slept all of it off. Me, I more or less fell asleep on the sofa after the dinner, but but that was when I got home. I just spent the rest of the day on the sofa because my shoulder hurt so much after all that shooting abuse. So that took a lot of the free time I thought I had away from me for playing video games instead. So that was nice in that way. But nice. I did manage to actually finish the t-shirt video.
It's a great video. Sing us the song, KJ.
Yeah, that was a silly idea I got. As I said in one of the comments, that welcome to my brain. I opened my mouth this time and stuff fell out more or less. I mean, it felt rather tedious with just having me pinning stuff. And what could I do to make this funnier?
It looked like you had a lot of fun with that project, KJ.
Yeah, I did. I mean, it's not that fun of a project, but I mean, you can still have fun with it.
Yeah, you can enjoy a process, can't you?
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, though. I mean, when I watched the video and you took the Maker Central shirt and then you made one and then if you have another, and then I was kind of like, oh, so that's the one who bought my t-shirt, but then you pulled out one of the kids' t-shirts and because I was kind of low-key like, all right, he's the one who bought my t-shirt.
I would never cut that up. I'm too cheap for that.
Yeah, that would have... That's true, though, but that would have been awesome. But it's kind of disappointed,
Yeah, I'm not that funny. But it was really nice to actually get a chance to use the Alice Spagnola green screen video.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That I've been having... I mean, I downloaded it when she published it like a couple of months ago or something like that.
Yeah, it's quite a while ago, I think,
and just wanting to have a use for it in some way.
I've not heard about that. I didn't... I did wonder if you'd asked permission. Or...
No, she did a short about, oh, look at me in the green screen doing stuff. I wonder where I am. I hope you don't put me in something weird.
Brilliant.
So she was begging for it, more or less. So I think this is one of the nicer things someone has put her in. I hope so, at least.
Yeah, I remember that short, and I'll show you weird, but then I just know I had too many ideas and I overloaded. Like, nope. Never.
Yeah, that's easily happen. But I mean, I'm not the only one with a video out.
No. A video and a table. That's not bad.
How long have you been working on that table? What was it? A year?
Yeah, roughly a year. And it is... I feel like I've now know how it is to be KJ. Recording a project over so long time that you're struggling when you're editing because, I mean, maintaining a timeline and consistency. I mean, I finished in a summer scene and I started in a summer scene, but in between there, I had long hair, long beard, and now I'm shaved again, shorter beard. But yeah, I mean, as long as you don't care about details, it went along beautifully. I needed to do some tricks with showing a build montage, and then several weeks earlier, and then next
Yeah.
year. But yeah, and I realized once I published the video, actually, like, yeah, I never recorded myself building the actual tabletop, which was the major part of the woodworking. But oh, there you go. It's out there. Lost 3 subscribers, so table is not something they're into, and I can understand that. It was a boring build. It was a even boringer edit, and yeah. But I got to cross it off the list. I got a beautiful table, and it works. I mean, yeah, I really love the table.
Yeah, it
Very
Video
fits
was
nice.
really
crap,
nicely.
but
I
yeah,
think you're more pleased with the tensioning system, aren't you?
yeah. Once I figured that out, it was like, yeah. The last 10 minutes of the video, you can actually see it on me. I'm a bit happier in the
Yeah.
process. Yeah, I got to do some mechanics. Yeah, threaded rods and drilling holes and tapping. It's like brilliant. Yeah,
Tensioning system and toe socks.
yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you were wearing safety Crocs as well at some point, weren't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we covered this before. I've been a, what you call it, a avid a gangster Crocs person
Yeah.
for a long time, and then I saw someone that looked like they had like leather imitation. So I just like, what the hell? I've tried some and they are really comfortable, and for the workshop they are perfect. So I bought a pair. And they didn't fit, so oh fuck, I returned them. And then a half year later, I got a pair as a gift, and I've been living in them. I'm using them for everything, and of course, angle grinding, welding, whatnot. But they are the best workshop shoes. And yes, I'm a 40 plus male, so I don't care anymore. So yeah, if I need to pop down to the store, well, I'm already wearing my Crocs, so just moseying along, toting my groceries in my Crocs. Yeah.
That's where I draw the line. I won't go out in mine.
But you do got them.
Oh, yes.
No,
Yeah.
I don't have any, and I won't get any either.
You've got your cloggy type shoes, though, haven't you, which are a bit Croc-like,
Yeah, I mean,
but just a
that's
more
wood
traditional
and
version.
leather.
Yeah.
It's a bit more metal than foam.
Yeah.
That depends on what metal you listen to, I guess. So yeah, more
That
GWAR.
being fair though, in Norway, and I think it's the same in Sweden as well. Clogs, or I mean, if you live in the countryside, it's basically what you wear all year round, especially if you live on a farm. And then you have the black ones. It's you can buy them everywhere. And then I worked for a year when I was in the army. I was in the kitchen, and then they have the same kind of clogs that uh, basically nurses and hospital personnel uses, the white ones, which are really soft because they're just doing hard labor every day on hard concrete floors. And those were really comfortable. And I wanted to get a pair once I finished my year in the army, but I never got around to it. But I think the Crocs are as close to that as you come, and I think some of them are actually using them because they're also a bit more airy.
Yeah.
Don't become so damp when you're working in hot places. So yeah. Well, I'm not going to ask anyone. I'm not going to push Crocs on anyone, but I do like mine. I'll admit that.
We had a funny instance fishing in France where we were all wearing Crocs one year and it was very, very hot weather. And we all ended up with spotty sunburn on our feet through
Yes.
the Crocs.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always have a hard time thinking about them as crocs, because in Sweden it was the hockey player Peter Forsberg, called Foppa, who introduced them because he invested his money in them. So in Sweden they're known as Foppa slippers.
Okay.
So Crocs never really took on. So yeah, it's a bit weird, but it's as it is.
You don't really see clogs in this country, KJ. Amsterdam, Holland's known for them a lot, but didn't realise you guys were wearing them until I think I saw one of your videos once with you wearing them. They must be really quite handy actually for using as a hammer at times, because they look quite heavy.
Yeah, throw them at people and that sort of thing. And
you kill someone, wouldn't you?
You can handle a couple of inches of snow and walk around with them as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Pretty handy then.
The problem is that you get a couple of inches taller with them, so you might bang your head on stuff.
Oh, you need that, don't you?
Yeah. When I feel a bit short, I just put them on, and then it feels better.
I was going to say that's why you almost won at the clay pigeon shooting, because you were just that bit closer to the clay pigeons.
He was just slapping them with the rifle. I didn't shoot any of them. Tall jokes never gets old.
I mean, it is kind of handy. Today at work, I was at... we're checking out a place we're going to build a substation. It doesn't matter, but we had a prerequisite. Was that it was supposed to be 2.5 meters all the way in, so you can deliver big stuff. And that's just me walking with my hands stretched up. If I stretch a bit, that's 2.6 meters. So then I know that it's safe, and just walking like this and see if I touch anything. So that's rather handy.
One of the apprentices, how big does this doorway have to be again? KJ size, please.
I'm not sure if I would do that if I were you. I mean, you're talking about building substations, that's high voltage, and you're just going around willy-nilly with your hands up in the air, being as tall as you. I mean, that's an accident waiting to happen.
Not in a substation that is energized, so to say. No, then it's hands in pockets very much.
Yeah.
You could be like a church and run a big strip of copper from your head to your toes, KJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in a thunderstorm, I would feel very safe with you, KJ. Of course, I would want you 5 meters ahead of me, but and if your hair goes like this, then I would just like, yeah, I'll stay here.
I think we need to stop while we're all still friends, don't we? Or is it too late?
We'll see. I'll take my recording and go home.
Yeah.
Oh, fine by me, yeah. And then I don't have to do the edit.
So I got rained off today, and I've had a very busy day at home. First job was to attach a magnet to Lily's wardrobe door. She's got sliding wardrobe doors. And at one end, the door just won't stay closed. It just opens about 50 mil each time. So I just put a little magnet in the door frame, and holds quite nicely now. They'll be painted over and not seen. And then I had to refinish the dining room table. Michelle had a little mishap with the dining room table, which is quite an old table we inherited. And she was using it as a wallpaper pasting station yesterday, and she covered it with plastic, but that sort of plastic you put over carpet to protect carpet floors. Got the trades in, and when she lifted it off, it's slightly adhesive and it pulled some of the finish off. So I had to sand the whole thing down today and then refinish it. But it looks really smart, and pulled it back. So we got away with that one. She got away with that one.
Yeah, we should really refinish our dining room table as well, because it's an old one. And I don't know what they used, but it's very much... it doesn't like heat or water. If you
Oh,
put
wow.
something too warm on it, it leaves a mark, and water also leaves a mark if it's on too long. I think it's some old classic.
Is it French polished?
I don't know.
Is it dark wood?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably French polished. Didn't you? Is this? Sorry, was it your kitchen table that you did?
No, dining room table.
That you've just done?
Nope.
Okay.
I haven't touched that one.
Sorry, yeah, but you did do a table, didn't you?
Yes,
recently?
and that was the kitchen table.
Yes, yeah. Sorry, that's what I was trying to ascertain.
And he did to redo that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Correct.
that I had to redo because that was a bad job by me. But that one has worked fine now. So
It's got the floor varnish on it.
Yes, multiple coats of floor varnish. It's so weird. Why don't they label that to use for everything? Why do you have to ask someone to what you should use? And
It's how they
what
make the
does it
money.
say on the tin?
It's how they make the money. People just have to go through the process.
First, buy the thing that says on the tin that it's made for tables, and then it doesn't work, and then you go back to the store and oh no, you should use this one that is cheaper. Okay, fine. Yeah. That's sad.
I think you should. I mean, it can't be that hard to just make one finish. I mean, that's it. I mean, floors,
In the same colour?
table, walls.
Yes,
I
it's
mean-
a multicolored finish. One coat
All right,
is
all
light,
right.
2 coat is dark,
Yeah.
3 coat is green.
You have the weird people that want different colors and stuff. I get it. But then, of course, you have one finish, and then you can put color pigments in that. So, yeah, if you're one of those, oh, you want green, okay, you put some green powder in and ta-da, but it is the same. You put it on, works on all kind of woods, and then it lasts for a decade. And you don't have to sand it. You can just put on a new one. It's an oil-based something. That can't be too hard, can't it?
So I need some varnish from about here's some masonry paint, sir. That'll do nicely.
As long as it's cheap.
It'll be looking like a stone.
Oh, you want the marble effect? All right, here it is.
Put pigment in, you just don't stir it properly.
I must say I'm a sucker for the hammer effect. So yeah, whenever I can, I get the paint. And I did find online that you can actually get black hammer paint, but in a matte finish. I have not seen that in the stores, but I know it exists. So I'm going to order one because that was going to be awesome.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was until I accidentally bought a can of it. I thought I just bought plain black, but it was the hammered finish. Then it started looking really weird when I continued painting something I painted halfway through. So yeah, sometimes you learn by not reading the labels closely, but just, oh yeah, it was one of those cans. I take this one.
I've never really gone for the hammerite finish. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Well, it needs to be like a rough industrial metal, like, I mean, if it's a cast iron fence post gate, whatever, it's perfect. I mean, that's what it's made for, if I don't remember correctly. But yeah, I like it, and it really sticks to anything, and it don't chip very easily. So yeah, it ticks almost enough boxes for me to. I'm using that on everything.
If we're painting anything black nowadays, there's we discovered this paint probably about 2 years ago. It's made by a company called Rainbow called No.1. So it's one coat paint, and you can put it on anything, and it is suitable for outside use as well. It's just brilliant. I mean, we painted the metal part of the pergola, the wooden part of the pergola, and some of the white plastic pipes that are coming out of the house as well. It's just great.
So did I hear correctly? So whenever you want to paint something black, you go for a brand named Rainbow something?
Yeah,
All right, yeah, makes sense.
They do different colours.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Black, the darkest color of the rainbow.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds like an album title, doesn't it?
It's almost like that one finished product that you wanted, Haavard, the one.
Yeah.
Inside, outside. Any surface, one coat.
Drinkable as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Painting and having a sip. Yeah, that would be brilliant, actually. Yeah. I was thinking, could I whiskey stain my table? But of course, it's alcohol based, so it would evaporate relatively quickly. And what would then be left? So
And
I
you have
was
already
kind of. You need to put a lot of whiskey on it for any residue to have any effect on the wood. So yeah, I
and
need
does
to
that
have
work
some
with your
cheaper
coffee
whiskey.
stains?
Yeah, coffee would probably work very good. I'm not sure if. Yeah.
If you set,
So
if
I
you
mean,
set,
it would smell terrific. So yeah.
if you set fire to the whiskey, would you get an instant sort of, is it so Shugi-ban or something like that finish, that burnt finish?
You know
So they just burned it with a torch, just set fire to the whole thing.
that's worth a project, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To find some cheap whiskey, you're not going to get that in Norway, are you?
No, we don't do cheap whiskey. We just do expensive and hilarious.
Yeah. Just take an empty bottle and fill it with gasoline and tint it with something dark and
Yeah.
make a reel out of it.
Petrol and food coloring. I mean, given some of the American brands, like, or yeah, it would taste the same as well.
Petrol and soy sauce. That's bourbon, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Jack Daniels, isn't it? Yeah, you just discovered the recipe.
Salty whiskey. So, last week you got the digger and you've been full on with the deck, and then yesterday you started making excuses like, "Oh, I'm not gonna go and buy bits for the deck. I'm just gonna have a nice time with the kids.
Yep.
I've got the rest of the week to myself." And are you spending the rest of the week doing the deck now, or?
Yeah, about that.
Is it no fun without a digger?
Wait, well, let's start with that. I had the digger for 2 days, and I had a lot of fun. I dug a lot, and then at some point I realized that, all right, I'll stop now. So because I have to do the finishing work by hand, so the more I dig, the more I have to do finishing. So I just put the digger aside, hosed it down, filled it up, and then I gave my gravel guy a call, and or I sent him an email and said, "All right, I'll need some gravel. Just give me a call if you can deliver." And then he came back to me, and yeah, I can deliver today before 1 o'clock because they closed then. So yeah, brilliant. Uh, I did not plan for that, so of course he delivered gravel, and then I had 3 hours left of the lease on the digger, and I did a No.1 Crude mistakes because he asked me, all right, the gravel you want is this type, but the place that is closest, they have the one which is a bit bigger. Is that okay? And I did what any man do at some point. I just hold my finger up and like, yeah, that's not too big. So yeah, that's fine. And once he delivered the gravel, it's the coarsest, it's boulders basically.
It's drainage, isn't it?
Yeah, which is kind of good for some of the places, but I realized I will never get that into a wheelbarrow and spread it out during the summer without breaking my back. So I just realized, all right, I got 3 hours before the guy comes and pick up the digger. That's the time I have to spread 12 tons of this gravel. So I just started 3 hours just running back and forth, back and forth. And I actually managed to do it. And there's a little pile left, which is just pushed around the driveway. But I need to get that out of the way to get the proper, like, smaller gravel. But yeah, I've never been so sore in my shoulders, my back, and I've been breathing the stone dust because it's been 3 weeks of dry weather and sun and 20 degrees. And I got a cold, and of course I've been breathing this stone dust, so my throat is sore. So I haven't slept very well. But yeah, I got all the digging done, and then the plan was I'm going to be home alone now for 4 days. So I was gonna like, all right, I'm gonna take my car, I'm gonna go to the hardware store. I'm going to get the materials for the deck. I'm going to have my brother-in-law over, and we're going to have a beer, and we're going to make everything level and make the frame and whatnot. And then we're going to enjoy ourselves putting the top decking on, because that's the easy part. Then Monday comes, and I was home alone with the kids. And I just realized I don't want to take them to the hardware store, because I get stressed when I need to think and pick things out. And I mean, I can do that tomorrow on Wednesday, after I got my car back from the garage. And that's where we're at. I delivered my car on Tuesday, and they're going to change some parts and whatnot. And then I was going to get it back again so I could go and get materials on Wednesday, because my car is the only one with a hitch. And then the garage called today, and yeah, we changed everything except we broke the one of the 4 diesel injectors trying to get it off. So you need a new one. And it needs to be ordered from Italy. And if you know anything about Italy, I went there earlier this year, and I tried sending some postcard. Their postal service are as good as, if not better than, Post Nord in Sweden. So they could not guarantee when this part arrives, but it's going to be sometimes after Easter. And it costs a roughly £1,000 for one injector. I'd like, holy fuck. And then just did some quick. I mean, I still need them to get it. I need the car. But yeah, this is going to be the last big repairs I ever do on this car for sure. But yeah, but that means I don't have a car except my wife's, but it doesn't have a hitch. And tomorrow is the only day before Easter where the shops are open, so I can't get the materials. So I just realized, all right, I'm going to be home alone for 4 days. I'm not going to have the materials for the deck, so I'll just make reels and YouTube videos. So it's kind of a win-win. I'm just forced to relax, and it's kind of a good thing. I had a blast today being in the workshop, and just realized there's nothing that I have to do because I can't do it. So I've been blowing up recorders and making reels and having a good time, and of course drinking.
So you found time for the liquor store, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I was so glad. I went to the liquor store and got myself a bottle of gin before the garage called. And I was pleased, because after I got that call, I might not have spent the money on that bottle of gin, but now I have it, and I'm going to empty it. So, yeah.
So if they break something on your car, you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
That sounds a little backwards.
Backwards
to me.
I mean, if they broke something because they were careless, yes, it would be on them. But this is a part that it's a very high likelihood that you break it after a few years, because it is really tight. So that is just a risk. It's on you. So yeah.
That was part of the reason I got rid of my last van, K.J. They said the injectors were getting ready, and they said, and if we break them, it's just not going to be worth it. So you might as well get rid of the van now. Now's a good time.
And I was very glad, because I've got an offer from them on a lot of things that needs to be done, and then some of it needs to be done before the MOT. And then of course I gave away some of it that I can do myself, but changing that what's it called, valve cover gasket, which is basically the oil leak that makes the vapor coming into the car, which makes it undrivable. And then I thought, all right, let's do the timing chain and the water pump as well. And I'm very glad that I have the workshop to do that, because I knew there was a risk. If I try to do that myself, I'm going to break one of the injectors or more, and then you have the glow plugs and whatnot. And then, of course, I had to take it to the garage anyway. So it's better for them to break it, because they have the tools to fix it. And lo and behold, that what happened. So I'm glad it's their problem and they know how to fix it. So yeah, I'm going to have to pay out of my nose, but I will get my car back at least.
One day.
So I'm going to cry a bit and drink some.
I believe it when I see it.
Yeah. It's a bit hard though. It's a bit weird though that I'm driving a Jeep. It's an American brand. Then I have to get parts from Italy. But then again, getting parts from the States at this point, that's a hassle as well. I can't imagine. So yeah, I'll take Italy. And we'll see. So then the question is, what should I do more? I mean, I have the hell quarter, and now I did the recorders, and the day drinking. But any suggestions on other like easy projects? I mean,
how many projects do you have a lot of materials for?
I think I have materials for maybe all my projects.
What do you want out of a project? Out of a video? Do you want something that's going to get you subs, or just something you enjoy, or?
Well, I mean, if I could have both.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
I'm gonna cherry pick from my list now. I've moved around some of the projects. So I did the table. Didn't enjoy it very much, except I enjoyed the table. But yeah, it's summer now, so yeah, the bag tar might happen later. Of course, now I did the rocket power recorder thing. That's a 1-day build. But I do have all the parts for the super soaker. So I think I'm going to start that. So at one point these days, it's going to rain maybe tomorrow. I'm going to empty one of the fire extinguishers I bought and start arranging the parts and trying to figure out how it's going to look. And so I think it's going to be a guilty pleasure. I'm going to make a super soaker. It's going to be welding, not very much finish work. So yeah.
I'd like to see you 3D print a diddly bow.
What is it with you and those diddly bows? Get your own 3D printer.
I just like to see one 3D printed.
Yeah, I could. I mean, I could be convinced to do a collaboration.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you,
With Steve.
Yeah, basically. No, I mean you got the templates for the neck and whatnot. So yeah, I could just
there's no template.
You can make the neck, and then I can just send you a surprise package. This is and it's going to be a cock and balls.
You're thinking Strumstick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Diddly bow can be any length. It doesn't really matter. There's no frets on it or anything. Yeah.
So can a cock and balls.
Yeah. Just like a diddly bow, it's not the length bit, it's how you use it.
Yeah. And there you go, handing it over to Steve.
How would you feel about that, Glenn, if we were starting making instruments for Steve and sending it to him?
I'd be overjoyed. I'd love to see what you two could come up with.
Or would you feel cheated?
No, not at all. No, I'd quite like it. No, I think you should. Maybe you should, apart from I'm not taking part in any more challenges ever, I think we should make it a challenge between you two.
Nope, not making any string instruments.
No, not yet.
Never.
What about if a Steve comes into your life, though? You might do one then.
I mean, he already has a Steve, doesn't he? It's like an extended Steve. I mean, it's through you.
That's true, yeah.
2 degrees of Steve, or 1 degree, or how do you count that?
Yeah. Basically best friends, yeah.
There is another Strumstick on the horizon, by the way.
Of course there is. How long has it been since the last one? How many videos since you last?
I wasn't planning on doing another one. I've actually accepted a commission for one.
Ooh.
So you're that good now that you're getting commissions?
Well, apparently so. but yeah, I'm not going to be rushing into making it anytime over the next few weeks, let's say. So yeah, but I will be doing another one at some point. But I need to come up with a different video idea because it's going to be very similar to the last one I made. So yeah, something to look forward to for you guys.
Very much so, but it is fun though. I mean, you seem to have found your niche with stringed instrument, which we really don't play.
Yeah.
And I seem to just being drawn to recorders, but I don't know. I can play them to save my life. So there is something. I mean,
Yeah.
what's going to be your take on instruments there, KJ?
Yeah, I just make weapons as a pacifist instead.
Yes, fair enough.
That's basically the same thing, but yeah. Why do you make stuff you don't want to use?
Have you started your next project, KJ? Have you started the droid build?
No, I haven't had time. Basically, I published the last video yesterday late evening, and I recorded last bits just minutes before publishing it, more or less.
Oh, okay.
So it was very. I have almost cleaned everything away because I get that. I want to know that all the shots were decent enough before I pack everything away, so I can feel safe that I don't have to redo anything.
Yeah.
But now I'm actually cleaned that away, and yes, now I am gonna start. I've been saying that for a long time. I feel like it's something with it that is it's a big threshold to step over to actually start it for some reason. Yeah. I think it's that I don't have the build clear in my mind how it should go, and I don't know how to film it either.
Sometimes you just have to start, don't you, to get that?
Yeah. And it's been a while since I did one of those, but I should go back to my roots and make a easier video. Shut up and just build.
Yeah, I was going to follow up what Glenn said. It's like sex. Sometimes you just have to start and see where it brings you, and make up stuff as you go.
But it's good to check that everyone participating is happy with it before you start.
Yeah, you should put down some ground rules for sure. Mutual consent and the basics. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping to have the pergola build done early part of the weekend, and of course we've got 4 days this weekend with it being Easter, so I'm hoping to finish off it doesn't get much more scrap wood than this video. Yeah, get that one done.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
See what I originally filmed, because I can't quite remember now.
Is that your longest running project?
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
Because have you checked up on it lately? Is it still squishy or is it hard?
I think it's hard. Yeah. Right, yeah. Touched it the other day and it feels pretty hard.
Very good. Sounds promising. Promising. Yeah.
I wasn't quite sure when I touched it again. It just felt a little bit harder. So yeah, I think it's okay. I've lost KJ.
I'm just gonna not say anything because we're not ready for that yet. That's not main episode material.
Yeah, and on that hard stop, we'll end this episode and venture into a half pint territory. So, to anyone's actually still here listening, thank you very much. You're a special kind of breed, and looking forward to seeing you over at the half pint. Good night.
I'm a special kind of breed. We'll talk about that in the half pint. Bye.
You sure are.